heading of multiple integrals, we have to do the concept of calculation of mass. So how to calculate mass? Now for a plane lamina, for a plane lamina, for a plane lamina, consider a thin plate in XY plane. Thin plate, remember, thin plate in XY plane, two-dimensional. So let rho be the density of the material. You are well aware about the thing of density. You have already studied about density in physics. So rho be the density of material, and which is per mass per unit area, and which is mass per unit area. So obviously, if rho is different at different points of region, so then rho is a function of x and y. And if rho is constant, then density of material has the same value of every point of the region. Remember, so we have a plane lamina in xy plane. So this is the plane lamina surface, and this is the region. So we have different points of the region. So this is the region, and if rho is constant, it means we can say that density at every these points is the same. But if density at these points are not same, then we can say that rho is a function of two variables x and y. This is the difference. And if the density is the same, then we can say that the plate is of homogeneous material. Remember, अगर density हर एक point पर same है, so we can say that plate is of homogeneous material when density is a constant density. And if density is a variable density, obviously it is different at different points of the region. So it means rho is a function of x and y is the density, which is mass per unit area. Density is mass per unit area. Then rho xy into d of A. Just see, A is the area. This is a change in area. Is mass. This is mass contained in the element of area dA. So अगर कोई particular area fix कर लें, तो this is the total mass contained in that area. If we take it as area, so then the total mass of a plate is to be calculated. The formula is double integral rho xy dA. This is the formula to be calculated over the region R. This is the calculation of mass. And obviously in the form of polar coordinates, you can use the value of x. X is r cos theta, y is r sin theta, and dA. dA is actually dx dy. This is r dr d theta. This is in polar form, the calculation of mass. And this is the mass for a plane lamina. And lamina is obviously a two-dimensional surface, a two-dimensional figure. And if we talk about a solid, this will be the second case. And your first case is of a lamina. This is the first case, you can say. This is of a lamina. Lamina is a 2D surface. Now, for a case of a solid, solid mean three-dimensional solid. We will consider the region capital V thought of as a solid body of variable density. So the variable density is taken as rho of x, y, z. This is mass per unit volume. Remember, last में था laminar में mass per unit area. Now it is a mass per unit volume. So then rho dV is the mass contained in element of volume dV. So this is the mass contained in the element of volume dV. Hence the total mass for a solid three-dimensional surface is a triple integral over V, that is rho of x, y, z dV. And you know what is dV? dV is actually dx, dy, dz. So this is the mass in the Cartesian coordinates, and you can also find out the mass in polar coordinates. And in spherical polar form, your mass denoted by capital M is a triple integral over V, that is rho r square sine theta dr d theta d phi. And you are well aware about the polar coordinates of a sphere. इसके बारे में आप पहले ही जानते हैं. Now, next thing which we have to know, that is the movement. Movement means center of mass. Movement center of mass. It is also taken to as center of gravity. It is also taken to be as a center of gravity. Now, for the case of a plane lamina, यहाँ भी हम लोग दो cases लेंगे. First case is of lamina and second case is of a solid. Lamina is a 2D surface and solid is a 3D surface. This is a plane lamina. So, a movement we can find out. The movement mean the movement of element of x, movement of element of mass, and the mass is rho xy and dA for the plane lamina with respect to x. This is with respect to x, and we can say it as that is equal to mass into lever arm y. Now, what does it mean? Just to understand this, we will have a figure. This is xy plane, and this is the surface we are taking, and with the region R. This inner region is R region. So this is R, and we are taking a point P, and P is meeting x-axis, and this is y, and similarly this is intersecting y-axis, and this is x. So we can say that this is the dA. So the movement is mass into lever arm y. So lever arm y can be written as, we can say that movement with respect to x-axis is y rho xy into dA. This is the formula for mass, and this is lever arm y. तो जब भी आप मूवमेंट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स एक्सिस निकालेंगे तो लीवर आर्म दिस वन विल बी टेकन एज y. Or similarly, we can write down the movement formula with respect to y-axis. Y-axis के केस में लीवर आर्म x and your mass, that is rho xy dA. So this is the formula for movement with respect to y-axis. Movement with respect to x-axis is denoted by mx. सॉरी नॉट एम एक्स. इसको अगर इसी फॉर्मूला को अगर आपने टोटल मूवमेंट करना है, ये तो है मूवमेंट, दीज आर द मूवमेंट्स अबाउट एक्स एक्सिस एंड वाई एक्सिस. नाउ वी हैव टू कंप्यूट द टोटल मूवमेंट एक्चुअली. सो टोटल मूवमेंट ऑफ प्लेट with respect to x axis, that is denoted by mx, that is the double integral over the region R, and the y rho of xy dA. This is the total movement with respect to x-axis. Similarly, total movement with respect to y-axis is denoted by my and the lever arm x rho xy dA. Now you just need to remember these formulas and find out the results. ये तो है निकालने का मूवमेंट. These are the formulas for calculating movements, and the calculation of mass we have written earlier. This is the formula for calculation of mass. This is for spherical coordinates in 3D, and the formula is also in 2D. And just see, this is the formula of calculation of mass in 2D. This one. So mass का formula हो गया और movement का formula हो गया. And with the help of these formulas, we can find out center of mass, and center of mass is same as the center of gravity. So this is important to find. Physically, center of mass is the point at which total mass of the plate could be concentrated without changing its moments with respect to either axis. So this is the center of gravity or center of mass. In this plate or the plane laminar, this one, the center of mass is taken at this point, that is P. So we have to find out the coordinates of P. So let the coordinates of P are denoted by x bar, y bar. So this is your center of mass, and also known as the center of gravity. So physically जो center of mass है, that is the point at which the total mass of the plate could be concentrated without changing its moments with respect to either of the axes. So we can find out the coordinates of center of gravity, that is x bar and y bar. And for finding out x bar, this is the ratio of movement about y-axis, that is my divided by mass. And y bar is the ratio of movement about x-axis divided by mass. And we know the formula for my, that is double integral x rho xy dA over r divided by mass. Sorry, double integral over r, that is rho of xy into dA. Now you know that the dA can be written as a dx dy because this is the total area. Now similarly we can write down the y bar coordinate, that is y rho x, that is y rho xy dA can be written as a dx dy, double integral over r, r is the region, so double integral rho xy, that is dx dy. So this is the y coordinate of center of gravity and this is the x coordinate. So we have to use these formulas for finding out the coordinates of center of gravity. And rho is the density. Now, rho, the density of the material, can be a constant, and it should have a variable density. So variable density means it will be a function of a variable x and y. And if it is a constant, it can be taken as 1. So this is the surface, or this is the question for a plain lamina. Similarly, we have the question for a solid. So for the case of a solid, we will find out solid is a three-dimensional surface. Remember this. This is a three-dimensional. So you will find out the movement with respect to YZ plane. So किसी plane के about movement find होगा. So the formula is MYZ, that is a triple integral over V x rho x y z dV, and dV can be written as dx dy dz. Similarly, movement about xz plane is mxz, that is y rho x y z dx dy dz over v, because the dv is the same as dx dy dz, that is the total volume. So the movement about xy plane is a triple integral over v z rho x y z dx dy dz. So these are the formulas of finding out movements, and with the help of movements we can find out the coordinates of center of gravity or center of mass. So for this we have the center of mass coordinates. So center of mass, or you can write down CG, that is the center of gravity, and the coordinate is x bar. You will have m yz upon m. Y bar is m xz. So we shall have m xz upon m, and z bar is m xy upon m. So you can find out the coordinates of center of gravity. These are x bar, y bar, z bar for a solid, and you can have the formulas: triple integral over v x rho x y z dx dy dz divided by the mass, and the mass is triple integral rho x y z dx dy dz over v. So similarly, we will have this formula, and that is y rho xyz dx dy dz. That will be the formula for y coordinate. That is the triple integral rho xyz dx dy dz. Just see in the formulas, denominators are same. So in all the three, the denominator value will be same. So that will be the mass. So rho xyz dx dy dz. That is the triple integral. So and in the numerator we shall have triple integral z rho xyz dx dy dz. So this is the z coordinate. और फॉर्मूला को ध्यान से देखें तो न्यूमरेटर का जो x बार का कोऑर्डिनेट है वहां x, y बार में y and z बार में z only. This is the only change. Denominator, numerator otherwise are same, but only the change is of x, y and z. And similar is the case of center of mass for a two-dimensional plane lamina. So that is the change. X bar is x, y bar is y. So otherwise numerator, denominator have same values, but this change is very important. Now let us come to the point and find out the coordinates. Now, the first of all, the question is, if R is the region bounded by the parabola x is equal to y square and the line x is equal to 4, the density at any point is given by x. So this is the variable density because parabola is a two-dimensional surface, so that is why we will have rho xy, that is x. Find the mass of the region. So this is we need to find out. Y square is equal to x is a right-handed parabola, and your line x is equal to 4. Suppose this is x is equal to 4. So this coordinate has 4, 0. So this is the region we have. This is the region we have. So the region is denoted by capital R, and this is x-axis and y-axis. Now let us find out mass. So the mass is denoted by capital N over R, that is rho xy dx dy. So this is we need to calculate x dx dy. The important thing is over the region R we need to find out the limits of x and y. Now x varies from 0 to 4. It is clear. So that is 0 to 4, and y varies from y square is equal to x. So it means we need to find out the points of contact. So from this equation, y is equal to plus minus root x. So the limits of y are minus square root x to positive square root x. Now you can integrate it. So you will have x, y minus square root x to positive square root x dx. So 0 to 4 x, and that becomes 2 times. So 2 times x root x dx, and its integration is, this is total x raised to power 3 by 2. So after integration, x raised to power 5 by 2, and the limits are 0 to 4. So 4 upon 5 and 4 raised to power 5 by 2 minus lower limit will give you 0. So 4 over 5, that can be written as 2 raised to power 2 raised to power 5 by 2. So 1, 2 is cancelled. So ultimately 4 by 5 into, now you just need to find out 2 raised to power 5. That come out to be 32. So that come out to be 128 upon 5. So this is the total mass of the surface. So this way we can calculate the mass. Now we shall discuss few examples related to mass. Now find the mass of the find the centroid. Find the centroid of the loop of lemniscate. This is the question. Find the centroid. Centroid is same as the center of gravity. So we need to find out the centroid or center of gravity of a loop of the lemniscate. And you know that the shape of lemniscate is like this. So probably this is the shape of the lemniscate, and this side this is going at 45 degree, and this side we will have negative 45. This is theta is equal to this. So this is y surface, y-axis, and this is x-axis. And we know that the equation of the lemniscate is, it is given to us, that is r square is equal to a square cos square 2 theta. So this is the origin point. So this is the loop of the lemniscate. So clearly the lemniscate is the symmetrical lemniscate It means the loops are lying on the positive side of x-axis and on the negative sides of x-axis. So it is the initial line. Actually, it is along the horizontal line. So both the loops are on the horizontal line, and the loop of the lemniscate is symmetrical about the initial line. And we can say that the loop is along x-axis, horizontal axis. So its center of gravity lies on x-axis. It is obviously. So if it is lying on x-axis, so its y-coordinate should be 0. So what does it mean? We just need to find out x bar. And you know that x bar is movement about y-axis divided by the mass. So this formula we need to use. So this is the formula. So for this we need to take that is the rho x dx dy over the mass, that is rho dx dy. Now, since the density is not given, remember, if density is not given, so we can assume that the density at every point of the loop is same. So it means it is constant. So we can take a constant density, that is k. So you can use the values, and you can also have the limits. The r varies from 0 to, from this equation you will have a, uh, the formula, the lemniscate. Okay, okay, sorry, square is not there in the equation. Just make a change. There is no square here. So this is the equation of the lemniscate. So the limits of r are 0 to square root of cos 2 theta, and your theta varies from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4 from this side to this side. So you can use the limits here and solve this. So double integral minus pi by 4 to pi by 4, and it is 0 to a square root of cos 2 theta, and your rho is k. So it can be taken out x, and obviously the limits are taken in polar because of the equation of the lemniscate. Lemniscate is always in polar form, so you just use the polar coordinates. So x is r cos of theta, and in place of dx dy, you know it is a standard, that is a Jacobian dr d theta, and Jacobian of two-dimensional coordinates is r, that is dr d theta. So use straight away and put the value of k. So minus pi by 4 to pi by 4, that is 0 to a square root of cos 2 theta, then r dr d theta. Now we just need to integrate this, and k can be cancelled out. So minus pi by 4 to pi by 4, and r becomes r square. So its integration is r cubed upon 3, 0 to a square root cos 2 theta d theta, and similar will be in the denominator. You can integrate it, so it becomes r square upon 2, and the limits are 0 to a square root cos 2 theta. Then comma. So after substituting the limit, you should have, that is a cube into cos 2 theta raised to power 3 by 2 d theta. And, here cos theta is already there. So write down cos of theta divide by 1 by 2, that is minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. Put the value here. That is cos square, a square into cos of 2 theta d theta. Now, a square can be cancelled with this, so 1a is left, and that is a 2a, sorry, 2a upon 3, that is a minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. You can use the formula of cos 2 theta, and the cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sine square theta raised to power 3 by 2 into cos of theta d theta. And in the denominator, you can integrate. Integration of cos come out to be sine 2 theta, and that is minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. So this is 2a upon 3. In the denominator, 1 by 2 can be taken out. So you will have, put the value here, that is pi by 4. So pi by 4 come out to be 2 pi by 4. 2 into pi by 4 is pi by 2. The integration of cos 2 theta is there. Okay. One more thing you can do here, just to simplify it more. Just see, you can simplify more because cos is the even function here. So if cos is the even function, you can also multiply it with 2 and take the limits 0 to 2, 0 to pi by 4. This also be done. So that is 2 times and it becomes 0 to. So just make sorry, the lower limit as 0 because of the even property, so it can be cancelled out, and here you will have only 1 by 3, a by 3. So just make a change here because ये 2 ऊपर नहीं जाएगा अब आपके पास, so only you will have a by 3. Now this come out to be, now also remove this 2. Now this is a by 3. In the denominator, 1 by 2 can be taken common. Now this is a lower limit is 0. So that is sine pi by 2 come out to be 1 and sine 0 is 0. And in the numerator, we shall have 0 to. Now you just see, this is also an even function. This is even and this is even. So it becomes 2 times 0 to pi by 4. So 1 minus 2 sine square theta raised to power 3 by 2 into cos of theta d theta. We are using the even property of definite integral. So 1, 2 is there, 1 by 2, ऊपर जा करके 2 into 2, 4a upon 3, 0 to pi by 4, 1 minus 2 sine square theta raised to power 3 by 2 into cos of theta d theta. Now you can use the substitution method and put square root 2 sine theta is equal to some another variable t is equal to sine t, that is more appropriate. So take the derivative, square root 2 cos of theta d theta is equal to cos of t dt. Now you just see, you will have the expression 4a by 3, that is 0 to pi by 4. Now 1 minus 2, the value of a sine theta. And from this, the value of sine theta is sine t upon square root 2. So put here, its a square will give you, that is a sine square t upon 2. Now just see, ये ऐसा सब्स्टिट्यूशन क्यों यूज करा है, ये फार्मूला बन गया है 1 minus sine square is cos square. You can find out the value of cos theta d theta, that is cos of t dt upon square root 2. So the constant can be taken out. So 4a and 3 square root 2, and that is 0 to pi by 4. 1 minus sine square is cos square, and the square will be cancelled with this. So cos cube into cos is cos of 4t dt. Now you can have 4a upon 3 square root 2. Uh, one correction is there. जब हमने variable change करा, just see, theta has been changed to t, so low limits will also change. So when theta is 0, t will be 0. There is no doubt about that. But when theta is pi by 4, so you can use here square root 2 into sine pi by 4 is equal to sine t. So square root 2 sine pi by 4 is 1 over square root 2, that is sine t. So this is 1. Sine t come up to be 1. Therefore, the value of t should be pi by 2. It means the upper limit will change here. So it will be pi by 2. And we all know for the limits 0 to pi by 2, we can easily use a reduction formula. Just see the technique, how the limits have been changed, and we are using a reduction formula here. And this is because of the substitution. हम लोग क्या substitute करें, this is important. So this is important to use the substitution. Apply a reduction formula, that is 3 into 1 over 4 into 2. Because par is even par, so you multiply it with pi by 2. So 3 is cancelled, 4 is cancelled, and ultimately you will have pi a square root 2 upon 8. So this is your the x coordinate of center of gravity. Therefore, center of gravity of lemniscate is pi a square root 2 upon 8, and y coordinate is 0. This is the center of gravity of the given lemniscate. Now this is very important to note down, that how to find out the center of gravity of a two-dimensional surface. Now we can have a three-dimensional surface. Let us do that. The question is of find the center of gravity of half of ellipsoid, half of ellipsoid. This is a three-dimensional surface. X square upon a square plus y square upon b square plus z square upon c square is equal to 1, which lies above xy plane. Remember, which lies above xy plane. This is important to note down. By symmetry, the center of gravity. Now, if the center of gravity is lying above xy plane, and it means by symmetry, center of gravity lies on z-axis. This is but obvious. If it is lying on z-axis, therefore x coordinate and y coordinate both are 0. So this is just because of this statement. And if this statement is not given in the question, then you have to find out all the values of x bar, y bar, z bar by using standard techniques of finding out center of gravity. And now we have to find out the z coordinate only. That is, will be the triple integral over v, that is rho z dx dy dz, and it is divided by triple integral, that is the value of mass rho dx dy dz. रिमेंबर, अगर हम ये क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं तो इसका सीधा सीधा मतलब ये है कि हम लोग मूवमेंट भी फाइंड करें. दिस इज द मूवमेंट अबाउट जेड एक्सिस एंड दिस इज द मास ऑफ द सरफेस of a ellipsoid. Now we are actually computing three things: movement about z-axis, mass of the surface, and the z-coordinate of center of gravity. So let us do that. because we have ellipse side. So ellipse side is x square over a square, y square over b square, z square over c square is equal to 1. You can convert the ellipse side into a sphere by using the substitution. X over a is capital X, y over b is capital Y, z over c is capital Z. So dx is a capital dx, dy is b capital dy, and dz is c capital dz. So this is just to make the things simpler, and it will become over v. Now density is not given. One more thing is here, since rho is not given, so it means rho can be taken as a constant. Suppose I take rho is equal to C is already involved here, so you can take K again. So rho is taken to be as K again. So this is K, and the value of Z is as it is, that is the dx. Okay, okay. You can convert it into capital form now. This is capital K is the value of rho. Similarly, from denominator, now the value of small z. Small z is from third equation, that is C capital Z dx. dx is a b capital X, dy b capital dy, and your dz is C capital dz. And similarly, in the denominator, we shall have a dx, b dy, and c dz. And obviously, k from the numerator and denominator is cancelled out. But here we have ABC square. So ABC square can be taken common. Inside we shall have z dx dy dz, and this is capital Z, capital X. Just change the small variables into capital. So this is over B. This is capital D, dx, dy, and dz. And when we put this, you will get a sphere. Sphere in capital X, capital Y, capital Z with unit radius. So in the denominator, ABC can be taken common, that is dx, dy, and dz over V. So ABC is cancelled, single C is left here. Now, because this is a sphere, so you just need to evaluate a numerator and denominator over the volume of this sphere. So for this, we can use the spherical polar coordinates. Capital X is r sine theta cos phi. Capital Y is r sine theta sine phi. And capital Z is r cos of theta. And your dx, dy, dz is, this is by Jacobian. This has already been discussed in the previous class. So dr, d theta, d phi. So we have the limits. The limits of r are, that is 0 to radius of the sphere, and your theta varies from 0 to pi by 2, and your phi is from 0 to pi. Why we are taking pi by 2? Because just see the change. Because we are taking the ellipse side above xy plane. That is why. So if ये statement ना दिया होता तो फिर हमारे पास the three-dimensional surface is complete. So in that case, your limits of theta should be 0 to pi. Remember. So this is just due to the statement of above xy plane. And now you can find out the coordinates of z bar, that is c. Put the limits 0 to 2 pi, 0 to pi by 2, and 0 to 1. Your value of capital Z is r cos theta into its Jacobian. The value come out to be r square sine theta dr d theta d phi. Divide by triple integral 0 to 2 pi, 0 to pi by 2, and 0 to 1. You should have r square sine theta dr d theta d phi. Now we just need to evaluate this integral, and that will be sufficient for us to find out the value of z bar. So that is c. R square is r cube here, and its integration is r4 over 4 within the limits 0 to 1. And here theta, that is the sine theta is there and cos theta is there. So sine theta into cos theta, it means the derivative of sine is there, that is cos theta. So integration of sine theta becomes sine square theta upon 2 within the limits 0 to pi by 2. And the integration of pi is 0 to 2 pi. In the denominator, we shall have the integration of r square is r cube upon 3, that is 0 to 1. Integration of sine is minus cos theta 0 to pi by 2. And this come out to be pi with the limits 0 to 2 pi. Now you can have, this is a c. Upper limit बनेंगे तो 1 by 4 minus 0, or lower limit 0, this is 0, and this is pi by 2. Sine square pi by 2 is 1, and denominator is 2, and sine square 0 is 0, and here you will get 2 pi minus 0. Similarly, in the denominator, we shall have 1 by 3 minus 0, and minus 0, and here you will have plus 1, and this is 2 pi minus 0. So combiningly you will have 3c upon 8. So this is the z coordinate of center of gravity, and the center of gravity of the ellipsoid is 0, 0, 3c upon 8. So these are the coordinates. Remember, the same question can also be done without this statement of above xy plane. अगर same question है, without this statement है, तो we have to find out all the coordinates x bar b, y bar b, z bar b by using the same techniques. Always it is very comfortable to convert the ellipsoid into sphere first, then sphere into spherical polar form. So if this question comes with the statement, that is the statement is find the center of gravity above YZ plane, then obviously your x coordinate will exist, and the y and z coordinate will 0. So in that case, you need to find out x bar. And similar will be the case of xz plane. And in case of xz plane, you need to find out y bar only. So you can have the question like this also, or you can practice this. So by this way, we can find out, or we can compute the center of mass and center of gravity of a 2D surface and of a 3D surface. So thank you very much. I stop my class here.